Today is the 17th. This is a good day. When I think about the 17th, that's my taxi number that I got in an accident with. Lucky 17. And on this date, the 17th of May, 2023, I just try to educate. God brings some stuff to me, and I just try to put it together as best I can. And I was thinking about the law that they trying to pass to try to bring down our national debt, trying to legalize marijuana. It reminds me of the number game. Only certain people were allowed to have the number record when 75 to 80% of the Bahamians, even the ones that play numbers, said that they don't want numbers to be legalized in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, Perry know what happened because of what he did. And I can tell you right now, if we have a referendum for those people that think that marijuana should be legalized, it can't pass. I just want to remind us of something. Two countries, Singapore in the 50s was just like Nassau, a fishing village. But the difference between Singapore and Nassau in the 50s, they are different leaders. In the 50s, it was the UBP government. And believe it or not, the Bahamas was the most sought after destination in the Caribbean for tourism, as the UBP government did that. But Singapore went a different way. They decide to govern, not rather than stealing from the state. So look at Singapore today, that started out the same time in the 50s as a nation like the Bahamas. Look at the comparison. In the Bahamas, we are fast-tracking to legalize marijuana. In Singapore, if you get caught with marijuana, the penalty is death. How could it be? Two fishing villages, Singapore and the Bahamas. How far Singapore is to where the Bahamas is. Just think about this. And I'm talking to all the members of parliament in Nassau. If you vote to legalize marijuana, if you're not haven't smoked marijuana, I would advise all of y'all, before y'all legalize it, to smoke marijuana to see what the effects will be. How could you legalize something and you know nothing about it, and what the effects gonna be on the streets of Nassau and throughout the Bahamas? All members of parliament that thinking about voting to legalize marijuana in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, just do this like I have already done. Think about anybody that you know that smokes marijuana on a daily basis, and you times that by 1,000 dope heads on the streets of Nassau in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And to think about everywhere you go, you will smell the stink smell of marijuana because the government has legalized it. Look at where you have put your family at risk and yourself. 1,000 high people on the streets of Nassau, dizzy, gazing out of it. I can see you doing it for medical purposes, but an everyday person at the Marshall International Airport smoking dope, taxi drivers smoking dope, the doctors smoking dope, the lawyers high, the police could smoke dope. They're already crazy in Abaco now. Just imagine a stone policeman come to investigate with the dope in his mouth. Wagwan. Huh? How is a police gonna investigate a crime, coming to the scene high as a kite? That is what the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is projecting. While Singapore say anybody that is caught with a joint or any type of drugs, they are put before the courts and the penalty is death. While the Bahamas government is trying to legalize marijuana for just the few hierarchy which will not smoke dope, but they're going to sell dope to the rest of the population. There goes the Bahamas. Think about it. Before you vote, you all get together in the House Assembly and get high and see what the result. Don't let the speaker get high. Let her keep on high. But let the speaker look at all of y'all would want dope to be legal in the Bahamas. Y'all get high in the House Assembly and see how you're gonna debate legislation to govern the Commonwealth of the Bahamas high as a kite. Food for thought. Singapore, that started out in the 50s as a fishing village, just like the Bahamas. The only thing that's wrong with Singapore and the Bahamas is leadership. We have more natural resources than Singapore, but Singapore had good government and continues to have good government while we're trying to legalize marijuana. Think about it. Because the person that you allow to smoke dope in traffic could be the same person that killed your wife, killed your daughter, killed your ma, killed yourself. Those of you that dare to legalize marijuana in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, where in most countries you go to jail for the rest of your life and put to death for something we're trying to legalize in the Bahamas 2023. Kai case. Y'all need to go to Singapore and to find out what the government of Singapore is doing, why they're so far ahead when they started at the starting line in the 50s, just like the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And they ain't legalizing no dope, not in Singapore, only in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, that they want dope smokers and dope buyers and dope growers to pay our national debt. Mind we have VAT, and nobody can tell you yet where the money going for VAT. So if they legalize dope, they'll never tell you where the dope money is gonna go. It's one of these Kai cases. Forget legalizing marijuana, because them brothers gonna kill you. One almost killed me on the streets of Dundastan, high as a kite, and don't even know where the hell he is. Don't even know who he run into. But Kai still cares. That's why God has me here.